We're rolling.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, hello, how are you? Nice to see you again. And you too, Kristen.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome to C.R.A.P, another in the seemingly endless series of episodes whereby my C.R.A.P can become yours through a simple process of bidding on eBay for collectibles never before made available and never before seen since. A lot of words, not sure it was a sentence, but the upshot of it is pretty simple. Today we're going to talk about a hat, not just any hat, the hat on my head right now, which also happens to be identical to the hat I'm wearing here in a Dirty Jobs episode shot back in the summer of 2008.
Practice continues, maybe with a device more suited for it. This is Dave. This is DJ. And you're Dan?
Yep.
And
Dave, DJ, and Dan Morales. They live in Congress, Arizona, and it's a pretty cool story. I'll give you the super short version. The reason that this hat, I think, is worth having is because that was the day that we officially decided that mikeroweWORKS was going to be a company and a foundation. This guy, Dave, for generations, his family had a ranch in Congress. And eventually, the economy turned in 2008, right? Total disaster. The guy's losing money. And he really can't survive based on the ranching model. So he starts selling the cactus on his land. And he's got thousands of acres of scrub up in the mountains, but it's full of these cacti. And so he starts selling them to wealthy people in Phoenix and in Scottsdale. All you really have to do is go into the desert, take a bulldozer, create a road out of nowhere. Why did I freeze? Every now and then I'll just freeze up, just like in real life. There I am. Kristen, what's happening?
The internet here is pretty slow,
Oh,
so it's
you know
buffering.
what? A poor workman always blames her tools.
It really is the internet, though.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
slow. There you go.
No, it's too fruity.
So the point is, we're in the desert, and we're transplanting these giant saguaro cacti. And this guy Dave, he turned his truck into a custom-made cactus transport machine. He just completely reinvented his whole business. And it's 114 degrees in the shade, and you go out into the desert and you make a road in the middle of nowhere, and you dig these things up and you strap them down onto these jerry-rigged iron crosses behind these pickup trucks, and then you drive them into town and you plant them again. It was just a day of absolute back-breaking work, and I just think Dave Morales is the real deal, and that led to mikeroweWORKS. In fact, on Labor Day of 2008, we launched mikeroweWORKS, and I did a podcast about this guy. And Kristen, would you be so kind as to link people to that if they want to hear it?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, I will link people to the podcast
If they...
if they should so desire
Correct.
to listen
Okay.
to
I
it.
just like to make sure Kristen listens to me. And it's not important she hang on every word, but it is important she encourage me with her body language as I attempt to get through this shameless plug. To the piece of crap in question, here it is. It's a hat. As you know, I have hundreds of them. This one is 100% cotton. That's what it looks like. Look, it's not new. It's not clean. It is adjustable on the back. And the Morales Ranch logo is on the front. Ironically, it should probably be a cactus instead of a what do you call that? A longhorn, a steer's head. Is that what it is?
Oh, but it's because that was his original business?
Exactly. All right. Anyhow, the Morales story is a story of flexibility, of transformation in an ever-changing environment, and the willingness to retool, the willingness to put yourself through a kind of reverse boot camp, a willingness to do whatever it takes to survive in these uncertain times. Good for Dave, good for his kids. I love him. This hat is special to me, and perhaps it'll be special to you. It's available on eBay right now. It will come with a certificate of authenticity. I will fill this out momentarily. Kristen, do people like the outside side or the inside? What are your thoughts on that?
This one I'm going to say let's do the outside.
The outside, okay. Okay. Keep it dirty? That makes sense?
Yeah, because The cap is actually a little bit.
It is dirty.
Dirty.
It is filthy. This is a filthy cap. And I know that, you know, if you haven't seen these before and you're just kind of flicking around and you're hearing me trying to sell a dirty cap on eBay, you might be saying, wow, Mike, have you really fallen so far? No, not that far. It's just that we're raising money for the mikeroweWORKS Foundation, pays for scholarships for kids who are willing to take the time to learn a skill and master a trade. That's why I'm doing this, and that is why I can look straight into the camera with a very straight face and say to you, please go to eBay and spend some money on this filthy, disgusting cap. Still see that thing on my head?
I do.
Come in nice and tight. Show them just how hideous this thing is. You believe that?
It looks like it hurts. Does
It does hurt. It does hurt. I fell face down on a carpet playing a stupid game. I don't know if you've played this game before, but if you're a woman, then you're likely to be able to do it. If you're a man, you're likely not. But somebody had like a deck of cards, and they set it on the floor like that. And what you do is you take your arm and you measure the distance from your knee, because you're kneeling in front of it, right? Right to here, like this. So if my elbow were against my knee on the floor, right, you'd be in this situation. And you put your hands behind your back, and you have to lean forward and bite it with your mouth, and then just sit back up. Women can do it, men can't. I was sure I could. I went all the way down, fell face first, scratched my head open. Kind of humiliating. But that's what happened. The certificate of authenticity, as I mentioned, comes with the hat. Both are available right now on YouTube. Bid often, bid big. Thanks very much. And what are you going to do, Kristen, by way of a link to those who might be interested?
I'm going to link to the podcast,
Of?
the Congress.
Yes. And what's the podcast called? Do you remember?
It's from 2008. I have it bookmarked.
It's called A Prick in Congress.
Oh, prick in Congress, yes.
A prick.
Prick in Congress.
In
I get that.
Congress. Clever now. Huh?
Because it's the cactus.
Exactly. My time is up. The crap is limited in this particular case. In my world, it's unlimited. More coming your way in the future. For now, there's this.
Cut.
Thank you. See how much clarity happens when you say cut? We can all move on with our lives now with the absolute certainty that you're not rolling.
Except that I am.
God!
Okay, now I'm cutting.
Great.